continue to plague retailers as defund police policies continue to make cities less safe, less secure, and more dangerous. But thankfully, Republicans are standing up against far-left lawlessness, like Arizona's Senate candidate and State Attorney General Mark Brnovich, who has a new piece in the Wall Street Journal titled Smash and Grab. Don't come to Arizona. Unlike soft on crime California, we take retail theft seriously. Here to explain more is the Attorney General, Mark Brnovich. Mr. Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us tonight on Hannity. I didn't think it was controversial to prosecute crime, even if it's petty, but somehow Democrats are making a living saying, let's up the dollar amount, and, if it's less than $1,000, have at it, because we're not going to come get you, and we're not going to prosecute you. But that's not really working well, is it?
Absolutely not. Thank you for having me on, Jason. Always good talking with you. And you know that what we have seen is the far left has taken over the Democratic Party. And as a result of that, we've seen policies throughout this country where they're raising thresholds as to what constitutes property crimes. And as a result of that, when you don't hold people accountable, you don't punish them, you release them into our communities, you see more crime. And as a result of that, we see increasing prices, we see lost jobs, and we see higher prices for every hardworking American taxpayer. This is literally supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, but as a result of failed Democratic policies, we see more crime, more danger in our communities. And as a former prosecutor, even a former gang prosecutor, it breaks my heart when people are basically stigmatizing and trying to demonize the police departments that are trying to keep us safe and basically enabling this crime that's spreading throughout this country.
We've only got about 30 seconds, Mr. Attorney General, but what's the core difference between the way Arizona's handling this and California's handling it?
You've got to hold people accountable. We know the number one deterrent to crime is police presence. So I would ask everyone out there, who is trying to defund the police department? Who is trying to demonize the police department? And that is the far left, Biden administration, and Democrats in Congress. And that's why we need to make sure that we enforce the law as it is and we hold people accountable that break the law, because property rights are fundamental not only to political freedom, but to economic prosperity. That's what made this country great, Jason.
Yeah, they not only need to catch the criminals, but then they need to prosecute them. So you get a George Gascon there in Los Angeles who works hard to get criminals out of jail, harder than taking care of the victims, in my opinion. That's just a cause for increased violence, and it doesn't need to happen. Mr. Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Jason.